Hi, everyone. We're so happy to have Rachel Friedman here tonight. Her talk is on the joy of movement and why moving your body, especially outside, feels so good. Rachel is a dynamic New York City native whose love for adventure spans from city lights to the snow-capped mountains. From a young age, Rachel's zest for life was clear as she escaped from her crib, jumped into pools without floaties, and ran freely on the beach, aka every parent's nightmare. In high school, she channeled her energy into playing field hockey, softball, tennis, and track, cultivating a deep passion for sports and movement. Rachel's academic journey took her to the University of Michigan, where she earned a BA in sports management and communication. Her career began in the sports industry, working with the Detroit Pistons and MLB before shifting to PR agencies in San Francisco. As a certified personal trainer and yoga teacher, Rachel discovered her true calling in promoting a holistic approach to movement. Embracing an outdoor, active lifestyle, Rachel dedicates herself to helping others reconnect with the joy of movement. As a Stoke coach, she inspires and motivates her clients to step out of their comfort zones, embrace total wellness, and find happiness in movement, mindfulness, and nature. Now residing in Park City, Utah with her husband, daughter, and golden retriever, Rachel continues to explore and thrive in the great outdoors. Rachel, we're so happy to have you. Thanks for presenting tonight, and go ahead and take it away.
Thanks, Kayla. Well, thanks everyone for joining my little talk on the joy of movement and why moving your body, especially outside, feels so good. I know Kayla did that really awesome introduction, but this talk is not quite about fitness and workout routines and how to get strong, but more about why we should be intentional about our movement, our mind-body connection, and being outside in nature. I'm going to do a little bit more introduction for those of you that don't know me. I'm a holistic personal trainer and wellness coach. I call myself a Stoke coach because I don't just necessarily identify with just being a fitness trainer. I focus on holistic fitness because our health and wellness is not just about our physical fitness, but also our mental health. And I like to help my clients ignite the fire within to help you show up in your life as a badass, but in an approachable way. Something I like to call approachable badassery. I work with clients one-on-one or in small groups and create custom outdoor fitness experiences, helping people to feel strong and confident in their bodies through functional strength training and yoga, and spark joy by moving our bodies outside, challenging our comfort zone, training to be fit for life, and living life in radical amazement through mindfulness, gratitude, and celebration. My intention is to bring people back to their true essence through movement. So that's a little bit about what Stoke Coach is and why I created it, and to be stoked on life. And so we live in Park City, so we kind of understand this concept of doing activities outside, but it's these movements and continue to move that directly relates to happiness for humans. So before we fully dive in, let's begin with a short meditation to ground ourselves and embrace this joy of movement that I'll be talking about. Please find a comfortable seated position with your feet flat on the floor, hands resting gently on your lap, and close your eyes if that feels good for you. Take a deep breath in through your nose, hold it for a moment, and then exhale slowly through your mouth. Let's do that again. Inhale deeply, hold, and exhale slowly. Feel the tension begin to melt away as you focus on your breath. Now bring your awareness to your body. Notice how it feels in this moment. Are there any areas of tightness or discomfort? Without judgment, just observe. With each inhale, imagine breathing in calm, peaceful energy. With each exhale, let go of any stress or worries you may be holding on to. Inhale calm, exhale stress. Now imagine a warm, glowing light at the center of your chest. This light represents joy and the pure pleasure of movement. With each breath, feel this light expand, filling your chest, your arms, your legs, and your entire body. Feel the warmth and joy spread, bringing a gentle smile to your face. Take a moment to appreciate your body for all it does for you. Think about the simple joys of movement, playing with your children, dancing to your favorite song, or even the rhythm of your breath. Allow these joyful moments to fill your heart and mind. As you continue to breathe, feel a sense of gratitude for the ability to move, to feel, and to experience life through your body. Know this joy is always within you, ready to be tapped into. So let's take one more deep breath together, inhaling joy and exhaling gratitude. And when you're ready, gently open your eyes, bringing the sense of joy and gratitude with you as we continue our time together. So I hope you're feeling a little more grounded and joyful, and let's dive into our talk. So to find our joy of movement, let's think about this linear path I've kind of laid out for us and how we connect our previous knowledge of fitness and movement to a new holistic mindset that integrates mind, body, and soul. So first, please maybe write into the chat, what are some of your favorite physical activities that bring you joy? I'll give everyone a moment to write that in. I see someone's writing about trail running, there's hiking, swimming, mountain biking. Love that. Second, what does the joy of movement mean for you? Is it community? Is it alone time? Is it being an athlete? Is it being strong, playing sports, mental health, or all of the moment? All of the above. Take a moment to think about that and write that in the chat. I love that. Definitely a combo of alone time and also being told what to do. Thank you for sharing. So kind of looking at our linear chart here, free play. That was when we were children. Think back to when you were younger, maybe to your child's age. Moving our bodies was so freeing. It was all about running and climbing and playing with reckless abandon for the joy of it. And then as we get older and we kind of move into this like training form of movement, if you're playing sports in high school or junior high school, there's like the gym and body image was introduced, training to get stronger, to compete. It was a serious thing, working out to fit in, to be slim, maybe to get ready for bikini season, but training for sports in school was, a kind of a big thing for me. And then I would kind of move into this like to-do list of where like a disconnect kind of happens, like long gone are the days of movement being fun. It's turned into this potential punishment of something we had to do, not because we wanted to do it out of pure necessity, something like on our to-do list. Maybe in college you're like, oh, I ate pizza at 2 a.m. so I have to work off all those calories, or I had so much ice cream at the barbecue. Like it was kind of like a punishment thing. So through my coaching, I'm trying to reconnect our movement to fun and free play, also harnessing the way we want to feel and look in our bodies to continue to all the activities that we so love and enjoy. And there's this reconnection of, free play and training to make movement less of this like to-do list item. And so there's a wealth of science and advice about fitness, from strict workout routines to ideal appearances. However, the essence is simple. Just move for fun, move for strength, to feel good. Sometimes we need to get out of our heads and remember our motivations. So continuing on, how to fit movement into our busy days. It's the one thing we know that we need to do on a daily basis, but usually goes by the wayside. How to make time for physical activity that not only brings us joy, but healing as well. So how to fit movement into our busy days. So we can schedule it on our calendars. We can, do something physical that brings us joy. We can create a small bite-sized habit, 5 to 10 minutes to start. Play. It doesn't have to be a structured workout or fitness. You can include your child or your dog. Walk or bike to do errands. Sometimes it's hard to connect with our joy, whatever it may be, the negative self-talk, stress, etc. How do we get ourselves out of it? And I find by turning to moving our bodies outside, we already know it'll make us feel good, but sometimes just don't think we have time or we can't pull ourselves together. And so, yeah, I really find that sometimes it's really tough to, when we're having a tough day, a tough month, a tough year, it's hard to connect to ourselves when we have others who rely on us so heavily. There was a period when I felt like an imposter, unable to, like in this business, unable to connect with my joy, through some postpartum depression and just like not knowing where my place was in this new body that I had. But it was movement that helped me get out of my personal spirals. A walk, a workout, a hike, a snowboarding session, or even dancing to a song that could snap me out of a funk, even just for a moment. So prioritizing wellness through movement means it doesn't have to be intense. The time you set aside to move is a time to be intentional and not stress ourselves out. It'll make us want to eat healthier, nourish our bodies from the inside out, which in turn creates joy through everyday movements and momentum towards wellness, which I believe is the catalyst for feeling good and creating more joy in other areas of our life. We then transfer those feelings to other people in our lives, like our babies, children, and husbands. It's like this very cool ripple effect. So showing them that prioritizing wellness from a young age is important and giving them the steps and tools to do it as they get older. So when you prioritize wellness, think about, what is your why? Why do you want to do it? Why do you do it? Maybe setting an intention around that. And so what does setting an intention mean? I'm sure we've all heard about intention setting and all of these things. It's a very, big buzzword at the moment, but do we actually really know what setting intention means? So I'm going to dive into that a little bit. An intention is like a guiding force or laser beam of focused energy. When you set an intention, you're directing this energy towards a specific outcome. It's about being clear and deliberate with your thoughts, sending out a powerful signal to the universe about what you want to attract in your life. Our thoughts and emotions can influence our physical reality. Setting an intention involves tapping into this connection using the power of your mind to create positive changes. By consistently focusing on your intention, you train your subconscious mind to work towards your desired outcome. This then creates a new perspective. If you work out regularly, the idea of the joy of movement will put your efforts into a beautiful perspective. That then creates more self-love. And if you struggle to exercise regularly, the concept of finding joy in movement will offer you a gentle invitation to put down the self-judgment and take up movement as an expression of self-love. So know that movement and prioritizing wellness are a lifelong journey. It's okay to start small. Showing up is the first step. Just start where you are. And if you want, having a person like me or someone else you vibe with meet you there can go a really long way. You can train and move with intention now, and then follow up with intensity and more reps later. And understand your why. Again, what does the joy of movement mean for you? Is it community, alone time, being an athlete, strong, mental health, all of the above? It is a daily practice that looks different for everybody. It looks different every day for everybody. Practice checking in with your bodies and minds and notice what you need. So let's dive into a little bit into this. Let's dive in a little bit into the science of why exercise movement is so essential to our well-being. Has anyone read the book, The Joy of Movement by Kelly McGonigal? You see anyone in the chat? I haven't. Okay. Yes, it's a really great book. I feel like she really nailed it on the head, how I felt and thought about fitness and movement, and gave me some more concrete evidence on the why. I'm going to read this blurb from her book that resonated with me. So it says, around the world, people who are physically active are happier and more satisfied with their lives. This is true whether their preferred activity is walking, running, swimming, dancing, biking, playing sports, lifting weights, or practicing yoga. People who are regularly active have a stronger sense of purpose, and they experience more gratitude, love, and hope. They feel more connected to their communities, are less likely to suffer from loneliness or become depressed. These benefits are seen throughout the lifespan. They apply to every socioeconomic strata and appear to be culturally universal. Importantly, the psychological and social benefits of physical activity do not depend on any particular physical ability or health status. They have been demonstrated in people with chronic pain, physical disabilities, serious mental and physical illnesses, and even among patients in hospice care. The joys described above, from hope and meaning to belonging, are linked first and foremost to movement, not to fitness. The question of how physical activity contributes to human happiness is the central focus of McGonigal's book. She started by scouring the science, skipping the countless surveys that show that people who exercise are happier, and searching instead for studies and theories that could shed light on why. She poured through academic papers in fields as wide-ranging as neuroscience, paleontology, and musicology. She talked to anthropologists, psychologists, and physiologists. She interviewed athletes and exercise professionals. She reached out to her friends, family, and strangers and asked them to share their experience of movement. After nearly every one of these interviews, she found herself re-listening to some part of the recorded conversation, not just to check her notes, but because she wanted to hear their stories again. Many of the individuals she spoke with were brought to tears as they explained what movement means to them. By the third time she found herself typing, she teared up while telling me about this. McGonigal realized these were tears of joy, and the joy of movement is moving. So I ask you, maybe, what does movement mean to you? I'll take a beat here and let you guys kind of like ponder that for a second if you want to put it in the chat. Awesome. Thank you for sharing. Moving on, Dr. McGonigal goes on to talk more about the hormones that get released in our bodies during movement. So we've heard of endorphins, and the endocannabinoids are kind of this new old hormone that's kind of being, put into the media a little bit more. So for a long time, we have associated the runner's high with an endorphin rush. But recent research suggests it may actually be due to endocannabinoids. These endocannabinoids are released during exercise and go into bind to receptors in the brain, most notably in the areas that are involved in regulating our stress response. As endocannabinoids are released, we note reduced anxiety and an increased state of optimism and contentment. So according to McGonigal, as we become more physically active, our brain produces a higher density of endocannabinoid receptors, meaning that our brain is able to take in more joy from our movement. So previously, endorphins have been the star of the show for the connection between exercise and mood. A good sweat session will cause relief in endorphins, which are neurochemicals. I've mentioned these neurochemicals produce the pituitary gland. They react with opiate receptors, meaning they make you feel really good. Working out also stimulates the production of serotonin and norepinephrine, which are other happiness, well-being, and pleasure-inducing transmitters. So, but let's get back to that, euphoric state known as the runner's high. It turns out that all it takes is 20 minutes of moderate intensity movement, jogging, walking, swimming, cycling, to experience the release of endocannabinoids. This built-in biochemical reward motivates us to continue and persist, giving us the euphoric persistent high. But there's something even more going on. Researchers have come to understand that when our muscles contract, they produce substances that get dispersed throughout the body. Some of these are chains of amino acids called myokines, and they are able to cross the blood-brain barrier, which means they can act on your brain, and when they get there, they improve brain function. So myokines are created when our muscles contract, and they stimulate healthy changes in the body. As you may guess, strength training is an excellent way, maybe the most efficient and effective way to maximize the production of myokines. Research shows that strength training enhances the production of these key myokines that reduce the risk of diabetes, heart disease, and dementia. By finding more ways to contract our muscles on a daily basis, we are not only helping our bodies, but also our minds. So beyond just helping your brain to do its job better, researchers also think that myokines could actually be a bulwark against depression. This has led to these substances garnering the name hope molecules. it's not just an endorphin rush. McGonigal says you go for a walk or you run or you lift weights and your muscles contract and they secrete these proteins into your bloodstream. They travel to your brain, they cross the blood-brain barrier, and in your brain, they can act as an antidepressant. Like irisin, a myokinase, can make your brain more resilient to stress. They increase motivation, they help you learn from experience, and the only way you get these chemicals is by using your muscles. So moving has all of these awesome benefits. So, and it's more positive evidence for like continuing to move your body and not just for the physical experience. So a little personal experience here. How did movement help me through my prenatal journey, pregnancy, and postpartum? So prenatally, for me, it was getting my head right. Movement helped me wrap my head around, wanting to have kids, like going on walks and really thinking about it and putting myself in this really positive mindset, because I wasn't really sure. It was kind of a toss-up. How do I show up as my true authentic self, giving me time and space to sort out these existential feelings and questions I was having. I was setting my body up for extra functions it was going to do during pregnancy, and coming into pregnancy with a movement practice to feel strong while pregnant and after my daughter was born, to help me transition back into this new version of myself with a foundation that I already built. That was really important to me. And so during pregnancy, I made sure that I moved and rested a lot, but I hiked with friends and my dogs, and my golden retriever, Dr. Indiana Jones, to stay active and connected to my friends and to nature and to my body. I attended prenatal classes to ensure like safe and supportive exercises for my body. I even modified exercise based on how I felt each day, prioritizing my well-being. I lifted weights to maintain strength throughout my pregnancy. Went to some of Sarah's prenatal yoga classes to enhance flexibility, strength, and relaxation. I used meditation apps to cultivate peace and calm within. I danced to celebrate joy and movement. And I set personal goals of catching at least one wave on my baby moon in Kauai, mountain biking until I couldn't anymore, and hiking a lot, albeit very slowly. So nurturing joy through movement, I believe how we treat ourselves during pregnancy, cultivating this joy and generating endorphins positively impacts the baby, giving them a hit of the good stuff. Like this could just be my own personal hypothesis, but I found that my daughter was born joyful, and I like to think it's because I created all of these endorphins for her while I was moving my body while I was pregnant. And so then my postpartum commitment, I had set a goal to get outside every day, even in the wintertime, for walks with Stella, more for my mental health than anything else, but starting to slowly move, not pushing myself too hard, too fast, understanding this would be a progression, even though I wanted my body to be the well-oiled machine it was prior to being pregnant. And, there is a unique strength of being a mother. And we have to understand that cultivating strength before, during, and after birth is so important. And so I kind of have these three buckets: physically, mentally, and soulfully. So how do we create the strength physically? It's essential for daily tasks like picking up the baby, putting them in the car seat, getting on the floor to play. Movement helps us stay present, creating as we've talked about, the happy hormones that bring us joy. Staying strong enables a quicker return to the activities that we love, which enhances our happiness. Acknowledging that our bodies are forever changed, but we can intentionally create a new physical structure post-baby that supports our passions. Then there's the mental aspect. Staying calm amidst chaos is crucial. As we all know, using breath work to channel this calmness and mindfulness, reducing stress and supporting our nervous system. And then soulfully, as I like to say, or spiritually, could mean connecting with God, the universe, energy, or Mother Earth. For me, it's about recognizing and celebrating our connection to a power greater than ourselves. We are part of nature. Our breath connects us to trees, our bones strengthen through sunshine. Through yoga, we can attain inner peace and wisdom by noticing stillness and practicing mindful meditation, which brings awareness into every moment, establishing a healthy dialogue between thoughts, ourselves and fostering a sense of connectedness to self, others, and the collective consciousness. Moms are badasses, juggling all of the physical and mental tasks we juggle, sometimes all at once, right? Exercise and movement are not just necessary, they are opportunities to celebrate what our bodies can do. So for me, there is a strong connection, as I mentioned, between mind and body. When my body feels good, my mind does too. And sometimes it's hard to pinpoint, but I see wellness and fitness as deeply intertwined. That's why I've shaped my coaching business to bridge this gap, connecting mind, body, and nature and soul through functional fitness that taps into your joy and true essence. And it's a journey. Change does not happen overnight. It takes time to shift mindsets and create new habits, but small steps can help move energy both physically and mentally. And I found that this process is kind of cyclical with these 6 approaches that overlap and create a sense of joy, flow, confidence, and strength. So there's the be here now mentality, meditation, mindfulness, moving outside, dance, community connection, functional fitness, and strength training. Those are kind of like my 6 buckets. And we'll start with meditation and mindfulness. Connecting with ourselves through meditation and mindfulness might seem straightforward, and you've probably heard about them since they're pretty popular right now, and some of you might do them, but just in case, I'll just kind of go through what the difference is between meditation and mindfulness. They are closely related, yet they differ in focus and approach. Understanding the differences can help you integrate both into your life more effectively. So if you can, type into the chat if you practice any form of meditation or mindfulness. See a couple people, they practice meditation. That's great. I like that someone says they sometimes use an app. Me too. I use the Calm app. I might tap into like the Insight Timer a little bit as I venture out of guided meditation and more kind of timed meditation. So meditation is a broad practice aimed at focusing the mind to achieve calm and clarity. It involves various techniques like concentration, contemplation, or guided visualization. There's a structured practice, typically done for a set time in a specific posture. Variety of techniques include mindfulness meditation, transcendental, loving kindness. It's goal-oriented, aims for outcomes like relaxation, spiritual growth, or enhanced focus. Some examples of mindfulness meditation is focusing on the present moment without judgment, loving kindness, which cultivates compassion and love, and transcendental, repeating a mantra to transcend ordinary thought. As for mindfulness, is about being fully present and engaged in the moment. While it can be practiced through meditation, it can also be woven into everyday activities. Excuse me. Present moment awareness, which is paying attention to the present without any judgment. Then there's informal practice. It can be integrated into daily tasks like eating, walking, or even washing dishes. That's kind of one of my favorites. Thich Nhat Hanh talks about like finding joy in washing the dishes and just being really present in that. Then there's a state of being, more about mindset than a formal technique. So mindful breathing, noticing the rhythm and flow of our breath. Mindful eating, savoring each bite, noticing flavors and textures. Mindful walking, being aware of your movements and surroundings. Both practices are great for mental and emotional well-being. Meditation can help cultivate mindfulness, and mindfulness can enhance your meditation practice. They help us be more aware of our breath, recognizing our triggers, calm ourselves, and stay in the present moment, which leads to my next slide, the be here now mentality. So as we practice meditation and mindfulness, these practices teach us how to be more present. By moving our bodies in an intentional way and spending time in nature, we are training ourselves to feel into the here and now. We can further connect with ourselves through the be here now mentality, which emphasizes the importance of living in the present moment. This mindset encourages individuals to focus on their current experiences and thoughts and feelings without getting caught up in the past or worrying about the future. By embracing the be here now mentality, one can cultivate greater awareness, reduce stress, and enhance overall well-being. It promotes mindfulness, presence, and a deeper connection to oneself and the world. So I've highlighted some activities that you can do with mental, physical, soul, and practices. One is the awesomeness of awe. Experiencing awe often is inspired by the nature's beauty and the profound moments. It expands our perspective and boosts well-being. It anchors us in the present, enhancing our connection to the world and enriching our minds, bodies, and spirits. Embracing awe helps us savor life's moments more fully, reducing stress and increasing happiness. And then there's the creative activities. Creative pursuits like painting, drawing, writing, or playing music can immerse yourself in the present moment, allowing you to express yourself and be fully engaged in that process. Then there's the syncing with nature. By connecting with the natural world, we reduce stress, enhance well-being, and deepen our sense of connection. These practices help us savor life more fully and find peace in the here and now. As I mentioned before, yoga. By engaging in this physical practice that combines movement with breath awareness, yoga requires you to focus on the present moment, enhancing your mind-body connection. By connecting, then there's gratitude journaling, taking a few minutes each day to write down things you're grateful for. This practice helps you focus on positive aspects of your life and encourages present moment awareness. I know it's a lot. So moving outside is one of the best ways to be present and connect with ourselves. Exercising outdoors, sometimes called green exercise, benefits us in a pretty unique way. Unlike endorphins and endocannabinoids, which take some time to kick in, nature affects us pretty immediately. Within just 5 minutes of moving outdoors, we notice shifts in mood, outlook, and overall well-being. We've all felt this feeling. And this is why I like doing all of my movement sessions with my clients outside. This connection is partly due to our brain's default mode network, DMN, which is active when our minds are wandering. An overactive DMN often shows up as anxiety or rumination. While there are various therapies to quiet the DMN, like meditation or even ketamine, green exercise, moving outside is a quick and effective way to calm. It's a powerful tool for your wellness routine. Now you might be thinking, is movement just another goal or to-do item? We've talked about this earlier. With a busy day, whether you're working professionally or managing a household, it can feel like adding more to your plate, but small achievements are key. Maybe take a moment to think about small steps you can take to add more movement, especially outside into your day that brings you joy. And feel free to maybe share that in the chat. But I'll continue moving on. Just wanted you to kind of start thinking about these small steps. The more we prioritize this, the better we can show up for our families and ourselves, making it a non-negotiable. We were born to move in nature. It is literally what we were born to do. And moving outside is better for our mood. So this one's about functional fitness and strength training and the benefits of functional fitness for women specifically, and especially as we age. We can combat the effects of osteoporosis and brittle bones through weight-bearing exercises. This not only slows down the aging process, but also makes movement fun, celebrating our bodies, the places we've been, the things we've done, and the places we want to go. Our bodies are a gift, allowing us to experience all these activities. Movement is an act of self-love. I don't know how many times I can reiterate this. Keeping our bodies strong is an act of gratitude. So the strength needed for motherhood. Nobody told me how strong you need to be a mother, both physically and mentally. I want to set a good example for my daughter in terms of body image, taking care of my body, that one body that was gifted to me, and showering with respect and love. I do this by moving in intentional ways. Working on training may not always be fun. It can sometimes be the last thing you want to do, but by making it fun, moving outside and changing your mindset about it is an act of self-love, protecting yourself against injury or slowing down the aging process. You can imagine yourself going on a grand adventure or crushing that ski run you haven't felt confident to attempt. These are the reasons to do functional fitness and strength training, to connect to your inner badass. Embracing this body positivity and active self-love is like piggybacking on this moving outside by building strength and endurance. We can become versions of ourselves that are capable of handling all the functional everyday activities that life throws at us, especially with kids. This includes carrying car seats, strollers up and down stairs, picking up toddlers, hiking up mountains, snowboarding, skiing, backpacking, and being prepared for that spontaneous surf trip a friend invites you on. Moving our bodies is as much about the mental benefits as it is about the physical health, as we've gone through in the slides previous. Exercise can quickly change your mood, providing a valid motivation for working out. For years, fitness and exercise have been touted for aesthetic purposes, but at its core, it's about mood, being present, taking your mind off challenges, and brainstorming. That's by prioritizing self-care, starting small. If you have trouble starting, begin with just 5 minutes a day, then gradually increase to 10. It's not about an hour-long session, 1 to 2 days a week, but small, consistent steps. This is where progress happens. You feel good after those 5 minutes, then decide to do 10. Start seeing and feeling results, and it becomes a joyful process where your physical body and presence mirror your inner state of being. And this is where also community and connection come in. This is the 5th bucket. So you are not alone, because when you reach out to your community to share your movement accomplishments, a community of love and encouragement grows. Communicate to your community at how you have moved that day. It opens a line to talk to people. Movement brings people together, blurring the lines of geography. When you move, I move, we move. Research has shown that exercise makes people more social. Those long walks with friends on the trail where you seem to talk and talk, you've become an extrovert through the magic of exercise. Like today, I went on a trail run training for the women's epic race. I ran with a friend and we talked the entire time at a really awesome pace. And it just like flew by and we really connected and it was super fun. And I think if we do more of that, fitness can be even more fun. So this kind of moves into an offering that I'm creating and crafting. And I just wanted to say also thank you for spending time with me tonight. I understand that starting a new journey, especially when centered on personal health and wellness, can feel daunting. If you're feeling unsure or just beginning to think about making a change, you are not alone. That's exactly why I decided to craft this Moms Movement and Mindfulness group to create a conversation around movement and mindfulness, how to fit them into your day, how to feel strong and confident in your body, how to feel held and accountable, how to create joy through movement, how to feel more intentional and mindful through movement, and how to connect with nature and to be more present. So starting this September, I invite you to join me and 6 other moms for a 3-month program that's as much about nurturing your spirit and mind as it is about enhancing your physical strength. For a monthly investment of like $200, you'll join a nurturing community dedicated to supporting each other through your group chat. There'll be a place to find mindfulness practices, remote workouts, personal growth activities, a place to share wins and struggles, habits, and your own practices, plus more. We'll also schedule a weekly or bi-weekly in-person group session, depending on schedules, where we come together to move and connect in person. It's more than just a fitness program. This is a community of support and encouragement. You'll have direct access to me for one-on-one support whenever you need it, whether it's a pep talk, some practical advice, or just someone to listen. This is your chance to prioritize yourself, to build strength and confidence, and to enjoy the profound benefits of a supportive community. There is no perfect time to start. It's about taking one step in the direction you want to go and just starting. And if you'd also like more of a one-on-one approach or two-on-one approach, I have availability to take on new clients this fall. And I'm offering to Hive members a 10% off a package if you sign up in the next 2 weeks. So that's really exciting. And I also wanted to highlight our 6th way of connecting with ourselves is the joy, ourselves of joy is dance. So Dr. Alicia Fong Yan from the University of Sydney says dance may be better than other physical activities for improving psychological well-being and cognitive capacity. The study shows that dance can be as effective or more so than any other physical activity for enhancing emotional well-being, depression, motivation, social cognition, and memory. A dance movement practice offers significant physical and mental benefits, such as improved body image, reduced anxiety, increased pleasure, and social interaction. Dance develops relationships, fosters joy, and can be practiced anywhere without special equipment, making it accessible for all income levels and regions. Dancing leads to the largest reductions in depression symptoms, outperforming activities like walking, jogging, yoga, and aerobic exercises with therapy. And so to end our kind of Zoom session, let's have ourselves a little dance party. I'm going to put on a quick little song and we will get down. Let me know if you can hear this. And I'm going to
Here I come. Oh, here I come.
Okay, that was my second workout of the day, so thank you.
music was playing in my ear. I hope everyone had awesome time on the dance party and through this chat. Thank you. That's my email address, my website, my phone number, and I also want to put the link that you can kind of send an inquiry for the Moms Mindfulness and Movement group.
Yes, and I will definitely send this out to all of our listserv on our email, and I can put a link so that everyone can see where to sign up.
So I'll put this in the chat.
Perfect.
So this is for inquiry, and if you're kind of gung-ho and like are stoked, here's the checkout link as well. So feel free to ping me. I'm available and happy to chat and talk anything about mental health, physical health, functional fitness, and just being stoked on life.
Thank you so much, Rachel. That was awesome.
Thank you.